What's going on, everybody? It's Angelo Gingerelli, strength and conditioning coach at Seton University, New Jersey State Director of the National Strength and Conditioning Association, and author of The Next 4 Years, Compete, Win, and Thrive in College Sports. We're going to talk about two exercises that are great for really all athletes, but specifically men's and women's basketball players. And with this video is on upper body. Next video, we're going to talk about lower body. So two great upper body exercises that anybody can benefit from, and you almost no equipment to do them, are the push-up and the pull-up or the inverted row. We hit both of those today. So the first thing, everybody's been in basketball practice, so when he misses a layup, makes a bad pass, coach says, drop it, give me 5 push-ups. And as a sweeping generalization, basketball players in practice do the world's worst push-ups, right? So some notes when we're doing push-ups in the gym and really trying to get stronger, we're having your elbows about 45 degrees off your rib cage, hands right under your shoulders, and we're gonna work on chest to the floor, full extension on the way up. So we're gonna look, a good push-up should look something like this. Here, hands right under my shoulders, elbows about 45 degrees flaring off my rib cage, hips in line at my shoulders, my ear to my ankle in a straight line. I'm gonna come down nice and slow and controlled, tap my chest on the floor, push back up to full extension. If you're struggling with that for any reason, you put your knees on the floor, put your hands up on a bench, and kind of make that a little bit easier to get good at regular push-ups. So that's the biggest push exercise we're going to talk about today. So we're pushing away from us, right? A pull exercise we're going to do, trying to balance out the muscle imbalances of the body, is a pull. In general, the best exercise you can do with almost no equipment, your playground bar, squat rack, that I'm standing on it right now, pull-ups, chin-ups are great exercises. If that's not possible because you're not strong enough yet, your arms are super long, if you're a basketball player, maybe that makes that really hard, that pulling motion. Until we get really good and proficient at pull-ups and chin-ups, an inverted row is a great option. So in this case, we're going to set a squat bar at right about belly button high. Okay? We're going to grab the bar about shoulder width apart, and it can be the exact same thing as a push-up, but the opposite. So my heels are on the ground, my ear to my ankle in a straight line, my body's straight across. I'm going to pull up, pin my pecs on the bar, and come down nice and slow. We're going to cover two lower body exercises that I think are great for men's and women's basketball players of all levels. So the first one we're going to talk about is the squat. I'm in a squat rack right now, and I think the goal for everybody should be squatting, bar across the back, good barbell back squat, putting some plates on the bar, and really getting stronger. Now, if that's not possible right now, for let's be honest, a lot of men's and women's basketball players who are taller by nature, their body isn't going to make squatting real easy for them. I think a bodyweight squat is a great place to start. So we're going to talk about feet a little wider than our hips, toes slightly out. We'll start at arms in front of our chest, shoulder blades pinned back into our rib cage, eyes up, chest up. First move is going to always be hips back, like we're sitting down into a chair. We're going to ease our way down to our quads or our upper legs are parallel with the ground. We're going to stand up nice and strong. If doing squats with a bar across your shoulders isn't realistic right now for any reason, let's get really good at body weight squats. If it's every day in our warm-up, if it's in a post-practice little body weight circuit, something like that, but get really good at body weight squats and then progress your way to squatting in a rack, whatever progression that means for you. So a squat is a predominantly quad movement, okay, which moves to the front of our legs. So we're trying to balance that out with some hamstring stuff for the back of our legs, trying to avoid muscle imbalances and injuries. There's a bunch of ways to train our hamstrings. I think glute ham raises are great. I think leg curls are great. I think partner leg curls are great. But one really good way to train the hip hinge that works our hamstrings and our glutes is a kettlebell or dumbbell swing. So we're going to grab a kettlebell. Once you get good at this, you can probably go pretty heavy, but start on the lighter side, obviously. We're going to start out similar to a squat position, feet wider than our hips, heels anchored into the ground. And now instead of squatting down, we're going to hinge out our hips, use our glutes and hamstrings to drive our kettlebell or upper body forward and come back up to standing upright. This is a kettlebell swing. You can go heavier kettlebells, you can go one-arm swings. There's a bunch of ways we can train that hinge that I think is really going to be valuable when we're on the court playing and work on just moving better, being stronger, and being a better defender, just a better player overall. Man, the cliche is you want to take your game to the next level, right? And I don't want to start this conversation by plugging the book, but the reason that the next 4 years came about was I've been a college strength and conditioning coach for about 25 years, 20 years at Seton University in New Jersey, part of the Big East Conference. And just, it comes to our men's and women's basketball players, where we see it across all of our sports. Men and women just come to campus unprepared. And we live in a weird time now because there's so many good resources. And I put your show right at the top of those resources, how to prepare to play at the next level, whether you're a coach or a player. But kids are just coming unprepared for everything that college throws at them. I want to be part of fixing the problem and kind of wrote a guidebook for if you're lucky